Hello, hello. This is your relationship coach, Maggie. Before we start, let me say thank you to each and every one of you for sharing your time with me and for sending me your comments as well as your questions. Please keep them coming, for I truly appreciate your feedback. Well, today's question is how to accept responsibility without blaming yourself. As I was going to all the questions, I have to say this one stood out to me the most. Maybe it's because it fits right into what we have been talking about: communication and self love. I wonder if any of you have ever been in situations where you question your action or even blame yourself for something you did. Have you ever asked yourself what caused the negative feelings to emerge? Today's question would allow us to reflect on our behavior and see how we can take responsibility for our actions without the blaming game. Often we blame ourselves for doing the right thing, and it is mostly because many of us want to be accepted. We want everybody to like us, to make everybody happy, even when we inconvenience ourselves. Another thing we need to consider is that we are also our worst critics. We often focus on things we don't like about us and complain about them. Well, let me tell you, over the years, I've met a diversity of people who do just that. I also realized that many of them have two things in common. They are all looking for a sympathetic ear to listen to their problems, and they all enjoy the pity party. We have to be aware of what is happening when we start questioning ourselves. Remember, through communication, we share our emotions and our intentions. When communicating, we are free to express ourselves genuinely, speaking the truth, even if it is not what the other person wants to hear. When we are having honest communication, we don't have to worry too much about the content. We just have to make sure it is delivered in a way that the listener can receive, and we take reliability for what was said. Sometimes when we do things only to please others, it does not eradicate the fact that we still have to take responsibility for our actions. It is best practice to do the right thing and have someone disagree with you instead of doing the wrong thing, hoping to please the other person. We do not have to agree with everyone at all times. We just have to make sure we do the best we can at all times. However, if any of you find yourself experiencing negative feelings like regret or pain or questioning yourself or even blaming yourself, you may need to speak to a professional in order to identify the root of the problem, because it's been reported that these types of behaviors originated from some type of trauma. It can also be the result of low self-esteem, or you may be dealing with some type of depression. I wanted to make sure that we understand the difference between blaming ourselves because we are dealing with some emotional issues versus feeling guilty because the person listening to us did not receive the message as anticipated or was not ready to hear the truth. Blaming ourselves for speaking the truth should never be an option. And other people's judgment about us should never be a reason for us to criticize ourselves or allowing anyone to project their own negative feelings onto us. And if you find yourself in a place where you are constantly blaming yourself or criticizing yourself or putting yourself down, I hope you'll consider reaching out to me so we can discuss this privately. Well, I hope you are able to get the answers you're looking for and understand the difference between the blaming game and how the negative thoughts affect us. You know, you guys can always reach out to me if you have any question. You can visit my website at www.owningmydestiny.com. And if any of you is looking to find your Mr. Right and want to know how to love for real, you can also reach out to me or email me as mkansky@owningmydestiny.com. Remember, we have one shot at this thing called life. Our job is to enjoy the moment. So let's go enjoy our destiny.